The 2014 Toyota Tundra was so good in the snow that I briefly considered sticking a plow on the front end and earning some extra money doing driveways. I drove the LTD Crewmax 4x4 with the 5.7-liter gasoline V8. Stepping on the accelerator, the Tundra let loose with a sexy growl that seemed to dare anyone to say anything snide about a Japanese pickup. I'm not a huge fan of pronounced exhaust notes, but I will say I enjoyed every chorus. It's as if a cheering section was saying, "Yeah, pass that texting idiot," or "Don't worry, we told you this hill wasn't going to be a problem." If the Tundra had any type of return tube or other audio enhancement of that 381 horsepower growl, I don't want to know. Something that you may want to know, however, is that on a day when I had a meeting in Lower Manhattan, I had to go to not one, not two, but 5 parking garages before I could get one that would take the Tundra. There was no legal street parking that I could fit into with the Tundra, and I discovered the universal horror of parking attendants who seemed to pantomime, "Are you kidding me with that thing?" On the 5th time that was the charm, one attendant tried to coax me forward to squeeze between a Bentley and another pricey vehicle in the Tundra. Having just negotiated the Manhattan garage gauntlet, I pretended I didn't notice and just handed him the key and told him I'd be back in 2 hours. So the moral of the story is that even though I was willing to pay the oversized charge or even double the parking fee, 4 out of 5 garages didn't care. They weren't taking the Tundra at any price. While the Tundra didn't feel ponderous on the road, I was never tempted to say, "Gee, this drives like a much smaller vehicle." It doesn't. There's also enough rear seat legroom in the Tundra to qualify it as a cattleman's limo. While the competition has an airline club's worth of charging stations in both the first and second row, the Tundra only had 1 USB slot. That could get annoying on a long trip when you and your friends have to grab Robert's Rules of Order to figure out who gets to charge their smartphone before the juice runs out. Speaking of juice, the Tundra drinks a lot of it. We averaged 12.5 miles per gallon in the Tundra in combined city and highway driving. The window sticker pegs the mileage of the Tundra at 13 miles per gallon in the city and 17 on the highway. The EPA also says Tundra owners will spend $6,000 more in fuel costs over 5 years compared with the average new vehicle. That probably won't make anyone feel either guilty or smug. You're only going to buy a truck this big if you need a truck this big. Massive vehicles as fashion statements went out of style when Justin Bieber was still considered a well-behaved Canadian and few people outside of Toronto knew the name of that city's mayor. The base price for the 2014 Tundra 4x4 LTD Crewmax is $41,895. Options on our test car included blind spot monitor with the amazingly useful rear cross traffic alert, moonroof, tube steps, also known as running boards, and $1,100 for dual exhaust. The total price as tested for the 2014 Toyota Tundra was $47,815. I'm Grant Winter reporting for Real World Test Drive.